Hey everyone. So, have you ever thought about what happens when you simply disappear? I mean, just stepping back, pulling away, no drama, no explanations, and watching the silence unfold. Today, we're diving into this powerful concept, what people actually feel when you decide to step out of the picture. Spoiler alert, it's a lot deeper than they expect. Whether it's relationships, friendships, or any close connection, disappearing can create a ripple effect in ways that are downright fascinating and, honestly, a little shocking. Let's explore what makes this such a powerful move and why so many people experience such strong emotions when someone chooses to simply walk away. When you vanish without a word, it does something that words just can't. People start by feeling a mix of curiosity and confusion. It's that initial shock of, where did they go? Why did they leave? But here's where it gets interesting. When someone's used to having you in their life, that absence can feel like a huge void. They begin to realize that your presence was something they leaned on, maybe even took for granted. And suddenly, without you there, they have to face life without that comfort. That's a lot to process, too. And in that silence, something powerful happens. Self-reflection. Whether they like it or not, people are left with just their thoughts. No texts, no calls, just quiet. It's here that they might start asking themselves those deep questions. Did I say or do something wrong? Could I have done things differently? Often, this makes them look inward in ways they may have avoided for a long time. People come face to face with their own actions, and let me tell you, that mirror can be really uncomfortable for some. There's this old saying that we only appreciate what we have once it's gone. Walking away makes people feel that truth on a whole new level. There's often this feeling of emptiness that creeps in, especially if you were a big part of their lives. Your absence hits harder than they expected, and in that silence, they may start realizing just how much they relied on you. This is where the pangs of regret might start showing up. Maybe they wish they'd been more present, more appreciative, or more supportive. It's that classic human nature, right? Not realizing what's valuable until it's out of reach. One unexpected effect of disappearing is that people begin to see your strength. Walking away is no easy feat, especially if there was emotional attachment involved. But the ability to leave, to prioritize your peace, sends a message. They start to see you as strong, grounded, and maybe even a bit mysterious. And as odd as it sounds, this can spark a sense of admiration, even respect. The choice to step away is often harder than staying, and when you do it with grace, it speaks volumes. You don't need constant validation, and people pick up on that strength. There's a sort of power in leaving calmly and letting them figure out the rest. As time passes, there's this growing realization of dependency. Some people are so used to you being there that without you, they begin to see just how much they depended on your presence for support or validation. It's like a reality check. They're left to figure things out on their own, and suddenly, they feel this void. They might not have realized how much they relied on you until you were gone. That sense of dependency might lead to another interesting reaction: frustration. Not everyone likes what they see when they're left alone. For some, that void brings up feelings of resentment or frustration. But here's the thing: that's more about them than you. Disappearing holds up a mirror, forcing them to confront things they might not have wanted to face. And sometimes, that can feel uncomfortable. But if they're really paying attention, your silence teaches them something else: respect. People start to recognize that disappearing wasn't an act of anger or resentment. It was an act of self-preservation. Choosing silence over drama, calm over chaos, it shows maturity. You're not out to get them, you're not chasing closure, you're simply choosing yourself. There's an unspoken power in that choice, one that commands respect, even if it takes them a while to see it. Over time, they may come to admire how you handled things. It's like the ultimate act of self-respect, and honestly, it's rare to see someone who's okay with walking away without needing to prove anything. Now, for some, that frustration may eventually evolve into acceptance. They come to terms with the fact that you're gone, that you didn't disappear to make a point, but because it was what you needed. And for some people, that acceptance becomes a valuable lesson. They start to understand what it means to respect others' boundaries, to value the people around them more, and maybe even to be a bit more self-aware. In a way, your absence becomes a guide, showing them things they wouldn't have learned otherwise. So, in the end, disappearing isn't just about going silent. It's a statement about self-worth, inner peace, and the understanding that sometimes the strongest thing you can do is walk away. You might not ever know the full impact of your absence, but trust me, it has a ripple effect. People grow, they learn, and maybe they even find a little bit of that strength within themselves. And in this quiet act, you not only protect your peace, but you also inspire others to reflect, to appreciate, and in some cases, to become better versions of themselves. So, if you're ever wondering if disappearing is the right thing to do, remember, it can be one of the most powerful choices you'll ever make.